In the shadows of our gleaming, interconnected cities, a silent conflict is brewing, hidden beneath the surface of modern progress and luxury. It is a war not fought for territory or oil, but for 17 obscure minerals that most of the world cannot even name. These are the rare earth elements, the invisible pulse of your smartphone, and the vital spark within every high-tech device you touch today. From the cars we drive to the green energy powering our homes, these minerals have become the most precious commodities on the planet. But they also hold a darker purpose, serving as the lethal precision inside the guidance systems of the world's most advanced military weaponry. Welcome to the year 2026. The world is on the brink of a new kind of war. The rare earth war has finally begun. Neodymium, dysprosium, lutetium. To the average person, these are just names on a periodic table, but to industry, they are pure gold. They are the vitamins of the modern tech world, essential in microscopic amounts to make our most powerful innovations actually function. Without them, the digital age would simply freeze. The magnets in your hard drives and the sensors in your cars would vanish. The green revolution itself depends on these rocks. Massive offshore wind turbines require hundreds of pounds of rare earths to generate electricity. And as artificial intelligence evolves, the hardware required to process millions of thoughts per second relies entirely on this invisible foundation. However, the planet did not distribute these minerals equally. The geography of the Earth has created a massive geopolitical imbalance. A few nations control the vast majority of the supply, from the initial mining to the complex chemical refining processes. This concentration of power has created a global chokehold, where a single trade decision can disrupt the entire world's manufacturing capability. In high-stakes boardrooms and government situation rooms, the vulnerability of the global supply chain has become a matter of national survival. The year 2026 marks the flashpoint. New export bans and dual-use restrictions have turned these minerals into weapons of economic leverage. Stock markets fluctuate wildly as the realization sets in. Without rare earths, the modern world's economy is standing on fragile ground. Nations are now scrambling to secure their own sovereignty, launching massive projects to mine their own soil and recycle existing materials. The race for alternatives has reached a fever pitch. Labs across the globe are working to synthesize what nature took millions of years to create. This war isn't just about rocks. It is about who will lead the next century of human achievement and technological dominance. The rare earth war is the ultimate test of our ingenuity. It is the struggle for the very foundation of our global civilization. As we move further into this uncertain decade, one thing is clear. Those who control the elements will control the future of us all. Behind the sleek glass of your smartphone and the silent hum of electric cars lies a hidden power system that defines the modern age. These are the rare earth minerals, 17 obscure elements that have become the most strategically significant resources on our planet today. Our journey into this invisible empire begins in the most remote corners of the Earth, where massive industrial operations reshape the landscape. Here, colossal excavators and trucks moving hundreds of tons of rock are merely the first step in a grueling process of extraction. Despite their name, these minerals aren't necessarily rare, but they are incredibly difficult to find in concentrations high enough for economical mining. Once the raw earth is pulled from the ground, it enters a world of industrial alchemy, the chemical processing plant. Isolating these elements requires thousands of chemical baths and precise temperature controls, a process that is both complex and hazardous. Scientists and engineers monitor every micro-fluctuation, as even the slightest impurity can render the final product useless for high-tech applications. From these labs, the refined materials enter a global logistics web that spans every ocean and continent. Rare earth oxides are shipped to specialized factories where they are transformed into high-performance permanent magnets like neodymium. These magnets are the digital muscles of our world, providing the incredible strength needed for miniaturized technology. Without them, the modern smartphone would be impossible. They drive the speakers, the haptic engines, and the microscopic motors of the cameras. Beyond consumer electronics, rare earths are the cornerstone of the green energy revolution. powering the massive generators in wind turbines. Electric vehicle motors rely on these minerals to operate efficiently, making them indispensable for a future free from fossil fuels. But this dependency has a darker side. Rare earths are critical for advanced defense systems, from missile guidance to satellite communications. The global concentration of these resources has turned the supply chain into a tool of geopolitical influence and national sovereignty. Nations are now racing to secure their own supplies, realizing that whoever controls these minerals controls the future of technology. As we move further into the 21st century, our reliance on these hidden materials will only deepen, tying our fate to the earth beneath us. The story of rare earth minerals is a reminder that even our most ethereal digital dreams are built on a foundation of physical reality. They are the hidden power, the silent engine of progress, and the fundamental elements of our shared technological future. Beneath the sleek glass of your smartphone and the humming motor of every electric vehicle lies a hidden, invisible foundation. These are the rare earth elements, the lifeblood of modern technology, essential for everything from medical scanners to advanced defense systems. But this foundation is more fragile than it appears, concentrated in a singular macroscopic landscape of metallic powders and glowing crystals. Deep within the heart of East Asia, vast industrial complexes hum with the energy of a global monopoly. China doesn't just mine these elements, it dominates the complex chemical processing required to make them usable for the world. From these facilities, supply lines radiate outward, connecting the quiet strength of processing plants to the global tech market. But when the flow of these elements is restricted, the world's industrial gears begin to grind to a halt. Official stamps hit documents with the weight of destiny, signaling new export controls that send shockwaves through the market. The gates are closing. What was once a steady stream is now a calculated drip, controlled by geopolitical strategy. In Europe and North America, the silence on factory floors is deafening as assembly lines lose their vital components. Engineers stare at empty docking bays, realizing that their high-tech future is tethered to a single distant source. Headlines flash across the globe, echoing the same words: shortage, crisis, geopolitical choke point. Now the race for mineral independence has begun. World capitals have turned into tactical war rooms. Strategists search for new deposits, hoping to break the monopoly and secure their industrial sovereignty. But developing these new supply chains takes years, and the tension in the present continues to rise. In the end, we realize that the power of the modern world is held within these tiny glowing crystals. The choke point is real, and the stakes have never been higher for the global economy. Beneath the sleek glass of our smartphones and the hum of our electric grids lies a hidden secret that powers our entire modern existence. Rare earth elements. They are the invisible foundation of the 21st century, the silent architects of our digital reality. But what happens when this foundation begins to crack? What happens when the flow of these critical materials suddenly stops? The collapse doesn't start with a bang. It starts with a silence in the great arteries of global trade. Across the globe, the supply chain that once moved with precision has ground to a halt as rare earth exports vanish. In the clean rooms of the world's most advanced factories, the robotic arms have fallen still. There is nothing left to assemble. The impact ripples through every industry. The revolution of green energy is the first to feel the weight of the shortage. Without neodymium and dysprosium, the magnets that drive our electric vehicles cannot be built. The future of transport is stuck in neutral. Consumer electronics stores, once shrines to the latest technology, now showcase empty shelves and outdated models. The cycle of innovation has broken. In Silicon Valley, research labs are dark, their multi-million-dollar experiments paused indefinitely. This is not just a commercial disaster, it is a crisis of national sovereignty. The machinery of defense requires elements we no longer have. Precision-guided missiles and advanced radar systems sit incomplete. The shield that protects nations is thinning by the hour. In darkened situation rooms, leaders realize that their power is tethered to a supply chain they cannot control. The collapse reaches the digital heart of our world. Data centers, the brains of the internet, are beginning to fail. Without specialized magnets and cooling systems, The servers that host our artificial intelligence and financial records overheat. Market panic sets in. On the trading floors, the values of tech giants vanish as investors realize the physical reality of the shortage. To the individual, the crisis is personal. The high-tech tools we once took for granted are now nothing more than glass and plastic. We are witnessing a slow reversal of progress, a regression to a world before the digital age took hold. Our modern life depends on materials we cannot see and often do not understand. Our complexity is our greatest vulnerability. What happens when they vanish? The answer is a world we thought we had left behind. The foundations are fragile. We must remember what we are made of. Beneath the sleek surface of every smartphone, every Tesla, and every F-35 fighter jet lies a hidden strategic vulnerability. Rare earth elements are the essential vitamins of modern technology. Yet for decades, one nation has held a near-total monopoly over their supply. Welcome to the era of critical mineral warfare, where the control of the periodic table defines the strength of empires. The world felt the first shock in 2010, when China halted exports to Japan. Today, the stakes are higher than ever. The United States is currently facing a strategic void, relying almost entirely on Chinese refineries for processed heavy rare earths. But the sleeping giant is waking up. In the California desert, the Mountain Pass mine is leading a domestic rebirth. New processing facilities are rising from the dust, aiming to decouple American tech from the Chinese supply chain. Companies like Novion Magnetics are now producing permanent magnets on American soil, utilizing automated high-tech assembly lines. This is no longer a solo race. The Mineral Security Partnership is connecting the US with allies across the globe. In the red heart of Australia, the Emtweld mine is expanding, feeding the new Kalgoorlie refinery. Europe is also joining the front. In Sweden, massive new deposits have been discovered, promising European strategic autonomy. Diplomats are meeting in London and Washington, forging friend-shoring agreements to ensure that critical minerals never become a weapon again. But Beijing is not standing still. China has consolidated its industry into the massive China Rare Earth Group. Under Announcement 61, they have restricted the export of the very expertise needed to refine these minerals. By withholding processing equipment, China aims to ensure the West remains years behind in technical capability. The race is now against the clock. Supply chain simulators are flashing red, warning of potential shortages in dysprosium and neodymium. Governments are building massive strategic reserves, storing mineral ingots in high-security vaults to weather the coming economic storm. The message is clear. The side that controls the minerals of the earth will control the destiny of the 21st century. The promise of a green future is everywhere. We see it in the sleek rotation of wind turbines against a clear blue morning sky. Electric vehicles glide silently through modern city streets, symbols of a sustainable revolution designed to save our planet from carbon emissions. But beneath this clean exterior lies a jagged truth. To build the future, we are digging deep into the scars of the past. Meet the industrial worker. His face tells the story of the heavy cost required to extract the rare elements our technology demands. From above, the scale of rare earth mining is staggering. These vast pits stretch across the horizon, redefining the very shape of the earth. Toxic tailing ponds mirror the sky in surreal, haunting shades of neon yellow and deep rust, filled with the chemical runoff of our ambition. Heavy machinery grinds through the rock day and night, kicking up clouds of fine dust that coat everything in a layer of industrial grit. Workers labor in the heat, protected only by basic gear as they move the raw materials that will eventually power our digital lives. The raw ore then travels to massive refineries. Inside, the environment shifts from the open dust of the mine to a world of hidden chemistry. Vats of corrosive chemical solutions bubble and hiss as they separate the precious rare earths from the common rock. Industrial infrastructure hums with a low, constant vibration. Every pipe and gauge is a vital link in a complex and dangerous process. The industrial worker moves through the thick steam, his routine a stark contrast to the high-tech dreams these elements will fulfill. From these dark, acidic halls, the refined materials emerge. They are transported to a different world, one of sterile precision and bright lights. Meet the technician. In this clean room environment, she handles the final product, a small, incredibly powerful rare earth magnet. These magnets are the invisible heart of the modern world. They are inside our phones, our computers, and our most advanced medical devices. The technician works in a space where dust is the enemy, yet her work is only possible because of the dust created in the mines. But the environmental cost remains at the source. Near the industrial sites, nature struggles to survive under the weight of heavy metal runoff. Polluted waterways run through the landscape, carrying a chemical legacy that affects local communities for generations to come. Families live in the long shadow of these refineries, their lives inextricably linked to the global demand for a cleaner planet elsewhere. We are faced with an uncomfortable paradox. Our clean tech revolution is built upon an industrial reality that is anything but clean. The worker and the technician are two ends of the same wire, connected by our collective desire for progress and convenience. As we race toward a more sustainable future, we must look closer at the true price of our green transitions. The human and industrial cost of rare earth extraction is a story written in the earth itself. It is a story we can no longer ignore. For a truly clean revolution, we must find a way to honor both the earth we save and the earth we mine. Beneath the sleek glass of your smartphone and the humming engines of electric cars lies a hidden world that powers our modern life. It is a world of elements you cannot see, yet without them, the machinery of our civilization would simply grind to a halt. From the batteries in our pockets to the magnets in our renewable energy grids, these minerals are the invisible foundation of today. They enable the speed of our communications, the strength of our national defense, and the promise of a greener future for everyone. This is the story of the materials that could stop the world and the geopolitical battle to control the elements of the future. Hidden within common rock are substances with extraordinary properties, rare earth elements that exhibit magnetic and luminescent qualities unlike anything else on Earth. Despite their name, they are not necessarily rare, but finding them in concentrations high enough to mine profitably is a global challenge. The bottleneck isn't just the extraction, it's the complex, chemical-heavy processing required to separate these elements from the surrounding waste. This concentration of supply creates a dangerous fragility. When the flow of these minerals is interrupted, the entire global economy feels the shock. A disruption in a single port or a change in export policy can dim the lights of factories thousands of miles away. In the corridors of power, these minerals have become more than just commodities. They are tools of geopolitical leverage and strategic dominance. Control over the supply chain provides a nation with the ability to influence the technological progress and military readiness of its rivals. The global economy is currently playing a high-stakes game of chess, where the pieces are made of neodymium, dysprosium, and terbium. Our 21st century cities are built on this fragile system. Every flickering skyscraper and every data center depends on a constant flow of materials. But the cost of this dependence is often hidden from view. There is a deep divide between the labor of the mine and the luxury of the boardroom. As demand skyrockets, the system is straining under the pressure. Digital glitches and supply shortages are warnings of a potential collapse. We are building a future of incredible machines and artificial intelligence, yet all of it remains tethered to the ancient earth beneath our feet. When we look at our devices, we rarely see the minerals. But for the next generation, these elements will define the limits of what is possible. The future is not just written in code or fueled by oil. It is forged in the rare and precious materials that could stop the world. In the silence of the minerals, we find the true measure of modern power. The hidden minerals within are the new gold of our time.